Greetings and welcome to a quick tip from Area 66. Have you ever been looking around Twitter and come across a picture like this where it's a nice saying in a picture and it looks just really cool, and you ever wondered to yourself, how do I make this? Well, in today's episode, I'm going to show you how to make really neat quote pictures or quote posters using Keynote on the Mac. I do have to give credit. This idea came from Sean Junkins, as you can see here. If you don't follow Sean on Twitter, I highly recommend it. He's absolutely hilarious and has some really good educational ideas. And so if you get a chance, go ahead and follow him. It's at @sjunkins on Twitter. So back to the picture. On this one, you'll notice it's a really nice kind of quote poster here. And the application we're going to be using to create this is Keynote. So I'm going to go ahead and fire Keynote up here. And I'm going to choose from the themes. In this case, I'm going to do a standard template, which means it's the traditional rectangle or square rather. And I'm going to choose the white background and then click choose. Now it's going to open up my Keynote window here. And I'm going to go ahead and just zoom out a little bit so that we can see everything around it. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm just going to select a blank layout. So we're going to start with a very fresh canvas instead of having anything on there that we need to delete. Now, if we look back at our inspiration here, notice that we kind of have a speech bubble with some text inside of that. Well, in Keynote, if I come up here to shape, one of the options that I have is a speech bubble. So I'm going to pick that. And I'm going to put it on my canvas here, and I'm going to drag it out to roughly the size that I think I'll need. Then if I mouse over here to where the little directional arrow comes out, if I take that, I can go ahead and move that to where I want it to be. And if I want to extend this a little bit, I can. Now, if you like the texture, you can come up here and you can keep that, or you can change the colors to one of Keynote's built-in images. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to change this here. And so if you notice where it says fill, I can change my colors. And so I can select here. I think in this case, I'm going to do a nice orange color since we're in the fall at the time of recording. Then if I double click inside of it, this is where I can type. And so here I can type my inspirational quote. So the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. And then I can highlight that. And then now I can choose some different formatting options. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to choose a different font. I think that one will do. And then I'm just going to go ahead and make this bigger so that it fills up the entire box. That should do it. And then now I'm going to add kind of the attribution on the bottom. And so I'm just going to click the text, drag that down here, and I'll go every typing student ever. And I'll put that there. And then maybe I'll do a Twitter name underneath it. And I'll move that up a little bit. Now, if we want to get this color coordinated with our background here, I can go ahead and select that. Notice that Keynote automatically flips me over to the text pane. And I can come down here, and if I click the color next to it and click the ink dropper, I can click there, and that will change my font color. And then if I come back up here and go back to font, I can pick out that same font that they used up above to make that match. And I'll put that right there. Now the last little bit that you need is if we flip back to our example, you'll notice that there's this nice rectangular box around the outside. Well, if I go ahead and click shape again and add a new shape, in this case the rectangle, and drag that over the top, if I look over here under fill, I can click the drop down and choose no fill. But underneath border, I can click border and go picture frame and then select one of the kind of artistic backgrounds with it. Then if I click on it again, I can come up here and I can choose the stroke and I can go ahead and choose the color. So once again, I'll click the eyedropper, come over here, select the color that I want. And now you can see I have a nice little poster and image of my saying, the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog, by every typing student ever. Now, if I wanted to share this, if I come up to File and I go to Export, I can choose Images, and I can choose that as a JPEG. Click Next. I'll save that to my desktop. Call that motivational quote. We'll pick my desktop here, and I'll export that out. Now when I go and look at my desktop here, I have a folder, and inside that folder I have my motivational quote image that I can either print off, email, or tweet out a great saying online. Now the neat thing about this here is this is a nice little template. So from now on, if I want to use the same colors, I can just go ahead and select that, and with a new saying and a new name, and I can make as many quote posters as I would like. So this has been a quick tip from Area 66 on how to make images that display quotes using Keynote. Thank you.